please state your full name?
And Jeffrey Edward Epstein, and my residence address is 6100 Red Hook Boulevard in Virgin Islands.
We got a lot of people that talk about the Epstein files, and I don't know anybody that's happy about what the Epstein story is about and what it means.
It was the New York jail cell where Jeffrey Epstein hanged himself.
Trump said he was going to release the Epstein files or have them released. Let's go to that.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah. I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would.
As you know.
Hold on a second, guys. I want to pause right there. I want to go to this. I don't know why. I don't know. As I listen to it, as I listen back as I'm, building tonight's show, I say, wow, that doesn't sound like Trump. That sound like Trump. He sounds a little bit more careful than he usually sounds. You know what I'm saying? He sounds a little bit more, cautious. Did I say cautious? Did your friendly neighborhood conservative commentator pick up on this? Just saying. I noticed he sounded a little cautious. Democrats, don't you say shit. Because you had Biden in the office for 4 years. He ain't saying, I'm not worried about the Epstein files. And you ain't say shit either. So don't say nothing. Take your MAGA goggles off. You want to see things through the MAGA lens. We don't want to be looking through a MAGA lens. We don't want to look through no Democratic Party lens, no Kamala Harris or Biden lens. We want to look through the lens of truth. The raw truth. That's it. The raw truth America deserves. That's what we do. Our one mission is to get black people out of the burning building, which is the Democratic Party. That's our goal, make number 6. But we ain't gonna lie now. We ain't gotta lie about it, Craig. Now listen to Trump one more time, this time with clear eyes.
9/11 files.
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah. I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so.
He had to clarify. He's clarifying. Clarifying means what? Trepidation, meaning there's some things that he has to consider. There's some other situations. There's something going on. There's something holding him back. He's going to offer a couple of disclaimers. He's going to say a couple of things that make you see it's not as straightforward as you may have thought it was when he was on the campaign trail talking. Come on now, let's keep it a buck. Let's be honest.
That less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would.
As you know, we released...
Okay, he says a lot of phony stuff in there. You don't want to affect people's lives. What people, man? What people? What are we talking about? It ain't going to affect my life with this. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there. Whose lives could be affected? Oh, see, you mean to tell me you think Epstein has files on people and videotapes on people that never went to the island? Come on, guys. We're going to get to Pam Bondi next. It's going to be great. But let's hold here for a second because I got to knock the dust off that. Turn off the lights. And light a candle. I got to clear it up, man. Let's be honest. Let's have some straight talk, man. I'm looking at the front door. Source. Shout out to Large Professor X. I'm saying, Johnson, Trump said, we don't want to mess up people's lives. We don't want to impact their lives. Here's the thing, Johnson. If your ass wasn't there, you want on the flight manifest, you ain't got no pictures, you ain't got no video, you ain't got no... What can you do to me? What can you do to me? So I'm talking about very specific people here, Johnson. Could Trump be talking about Trump? Could Trump be talking about Bill Clinton? Could Trump be talking about Joe Biden? Could Trump be talking about... I don't know anybody. Nancy Pelosi's husband, I don't know. You were talking about anybody, right? Okay, let's keep that real. Okay, now let's go to the new FBI. Well, not FBI. What? Pam Bondi. Let's go to Pam Bondi. That's CIA, right? Damn it, man, this is bad. I'm mixing up. Now, Patel, Cash Patel is a new, I'm sorry, guys. Attorney General, that's it. I'm sorry. I'm tripping over my words. I want to get it right. I'm sorry. Pam Bondi, Attorney General. Let's see what she has to say about these documents. Because look, they released the documents, and the documents did not have what we wanted them to have in them, obviously. We want the bullets, the bullet casings. If you ain't got the bullets, give us the bullet casings. We want evidence of what we've been talking about. We don't want these documents they released. This ain't the good stuff. Nah, man, we don't got no videos. We got more released on Diddy. At least we saw Diddy laying hands on somebody. You know what I'm saying? So come on, this is ridiculous. Epstein's dead. Okay, redact the names of the women, but get these other people. You know? So what has been released up to this point is not good. Now they just released it. Here goes Pam Bondi responding to the pushback she's received from the general public about the flimsy amount of documents that were released. And not only that, it could have been 2 documents if it would have been the type of documents that actually pointed guilt at someone. But what we got was a bunch of other nonsense, the stuff that we didn't have or stuff that did not seal the deal. Here goes Pam Bondi one more time. Check it out.
About 120 pages of documents. And I started asking for these. We released about 120 pages of documents. And I started asking for these documents right when I came into office and before Cash Patel was in there. So I ended up getting about 120 pages. We carefully redacted them, of course, to be sure the 254 young girls, women who are victims of sex crimes and sex trafficking, their personal information was redacted and out of there to protect them. So I'm going through it and I kept saying, there has to be more. There has to be more. I'm assured that's it. Cash asked the same questions. Assured there's no more. I found out, this week that a source told me New York, SDNY, they're sitting on thousands of pages of documents regarding Epstein. Thousands. And of course, you've seen the very strong letter. We will get everything. We will have it in our possession. We will redact it, of course, to protect grand jury information and confidential witnesses, but the American people have a right to know. And Donald Trump is the most transparent president in our nation's history. So not only will America get the full Epstein files, they will get JFK, they will get Martin Luther King.
This video is for Trump supporters, MAGA, whatever you want to call yourself.
Okay, hold tight, guys. Listen. So she says the documents did have a lot withheld, and she understands that, but they were being held by the New York SCNY, State of New York. We should have just said State of New York. I had to look that up. I didn't know what the hell is New York State SCNY. And that's why the documents are uninteresting. That's why the documents do not have in it what you want them to have in it. And this is a problem. Okay, this is a problem. This is a major misstep. This makes Trump look bad. This makes people that are not MAGA goggle wearers look at this and say, hey, this is not what we signed up for. This is not what I was expecting. This is a lackluster performance, a lackluster reveal, and what we're seeing right now is not enough for us to be excited about justice. We want justice. Remember, we're talking about trafficking of children, trafficking of underage adults. Well, children. I said it right the first time. We're also talking about just exploitation, period. And we're talking about corruption, and we're talking about people that may have been bribed, people that may have been coerced into doing things based on what was held over their head by the Epstein cartel. Lack of a better term. It's another word for it, but we're going to use cartel. The criminal organization, the racketeering organization, it was a set up string. You had one helping lure. We had people helping get people facilitated, travel arrangements, the whole thing. So this was an enterprise. Make no mistake about it. This was a planned activity. And people want to see justice for this, and they should. As I go through this, I got to point out this important point, something that hit me. It said, damn, Tim, you know what? We have all these people concerned. And while we got all these people concerned about the activity that took place in the Epstein situation, the cartel, why don't we get the same amount of consideration that there are these same activities going on right now? This is what gets you upset, so upset. Gets me upset. Because I know for a fact that the media coverage on these types of issues is almost non-existent. They don't do good work. It's all the mouth we've been hearing, all the complaining, the hand-wringing from Joy Reid and Don Lemonhead and all these other people crying their eyes out, everybody on the View losing their minds, everybody with a little black in their skin, crying about Joy Reid and how she got railroaded. They were so racist what you see in, what MSNBC did to her just so they could hire or promote 2 other black people. I still ain't figured that out. How is it racist when you hire other black people? And for real, if y'all gonna say it's racist, then Michael Steele and Simone Sanders and Miss Menendez need to turn down them damn jobs. That's what a friend does. If they are truly, if you're saying MSNBC is so racist, since today was boycott day, don't buy nothing day, just keep your money in your pocket day, whatever, well, why can't we have Michael Steele and Simone Sanders and Menendez turn down a job day? Why they couldn't turn down the job? Because you don't want to take a job. Like, look, I know we got some backstabbers out here. We got a lot of them. But if you're going to say that this institution is horrible and it's racist and it's white supremacist and it's all these things, why are you working there? Why are you going to work there? And then if a brother and a sister take a job for you after they did that to you, what that say about them? They're supposed to say, no, I'm not taking this job out of respect for my homegirl. You don't do me like that. I was watching Corey Holcomb on the 5150 show. I got to bear with me. I'm old. I do a segue when I tell stories. I drift in and I drift out, but it's always pertinent. It's my style. It's how I do. Corey Holcomb on the 5150 show. Shout out to Corey Holcomb and his crew. He said, man, the brothers from 85 South. What's the young brother from? One brother, DC Young Fly. DC Young Fly been on Nick Shannon's show. Not Nick Shannon. Nick Cannon's show. Not Shannon. Nick Cannon's show, right? So when Nick Cannon got into a little bit of trouble, and DC Young Fly's coming, he's popping. His name was on fire. He's doing well. They love him. He's got a great image. He's fun. He's, talented. Then they offered the job to DC Young Fly. Hey man, we don't want Nick Cannon. He got all this baggage. You talk bad about the Jewish people. He did this, he did that. He got 20 kids. I don't know. Maybe we need to break ties with Nick Cannon. They offered DC Young Fly a job. And DC Young Fly said, what I look like taking a job after y'all done asked my dog? I can't do that. Nah, I'm not going to take no job. You're going to take a job from the guy that put me on? He helped put me on. That's my brother. I'm not going to take no job behind him. Y'all have to find somebody else to stab him in the back. I ain't going to do it. See, sometimes it don't matter how many degrees you got. It don't matter what you say your ideology is. It don't matter all this nonsense talking about you progressive and liberal and all this stuff. And you really love guys and children being bombed. And you really care about this and that and the rights of the LGBTQIA. And you ride for black people and yada, 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 yada. Here's the deal. I don't remember Joy Reid crying when she took Melissa Harris-Perry job. She didn't stand down. Okay? And I don't see Simone Sanders and Michael Steele standing down either. I just thought I'd throw that out there because I got a lot of people that had a lot to say. And I understand you don't watch shit. You don't watch the right content. So you are infected with blinders. Back to this Epstein list. The truth is the truth is the truth. And we should keep it a buck. If Epstein's list is put out there and it implicates people, so be it. They are protecting people. In my opinion, they are protecting people for a reason. We don't know who's on that list. We do not know who's on that list. But do not come to me pretending. You want to live in a bubble? You want to pretend that these people are forthcoming and honest? They are not. We're talking about people being trafficked. And what I'm saying is also that there are people being trafficked right now. And the number one trafficked woman in America is a black woman. And see, that's why I can never go completely conservative, because they like to deny shit like that. They want to act like none of that exists. They want to kumbaya all the way to a paycheck and ignore reality. We had all this focus on the Epstein people because you want to see rich and powerful people come down. Do you really care about the women? Do you really care about the women and the young children who were children at the time, teenagers or whatever? Do you really care about them? Because that's going on right now. But it may not implicate powerful people. It may implicate somebody around the way to own a liquor store, or somebody online with a couple t-shirt companies. I don't know. I have no idea. It may not be as shiny. It may not be exciting. Oh, shit. Do the hustle. You know? It may not be all that. It may just be some no-name internet cat whose story won't have legs, it won't travel, it won't make record numbers. But that is what's happening. And it spikes every Super Bowl. And when does the Super Bowl come? Every year. And it don't take an Epstein island to do it. Okay, let's keep it going, Johnson. Let's get back to the Epstein thing specifically. So what are some reasons why the Epstein list may not have come out the way it came out? Well, Pam Bondi offered a scapegoat, which is in New York State. That could have something to do with it. But let me say this. Here goes some things. It may not exist. The list may not exist, though I guess she just knocked that one out. She just knocked that out. She just said, no, it doesn't exist. I mean, it does exist. I'm sorry. She just said, Pam Bondi, Attorney General, just said it exists. Okay. Heavily redacted, but there are pages that she hasn't seen. How does she know there's pages she hasn't seen? Or how does she know they aren't released or whatever? But okay. There are legal and investigative limits. Names on the list, on the records list, they could be tied up in ongoing investigations, sealed court documents or classified files not yet declassified. I thought Trump declassified everything. He said, probably so. Maybe I will. I think it's good. I mean, we might not want to mess up. So it's like, are you declassifying or what? But since he was on Fox News, there was no follow-up. And if he would have been on MSNBC, they probably never would have asked him. So, just keep it $1 because they don't care about that. They would ask him something like, are you racist? How many black people did your father not want to rent to back in 1976? When you were, a teenager or 20 years old or whatever, and you were helping your dad in his business that he was running for time. How many black people did he not want to? I don't know how old he was exactly. It's a long time ago, though. Yeah. So I don't know if we can say that about the investigative limits. He said it's going to, remove those things. Phase 1 is the starting point. Bondi framed this as the first phase, implying more releases are to come. A letter to Patel demanded a broader scope, all records, documents, audio and video recordings, and materials related to Jeffrey Epstein and his clients, suggesting that the clients list or equivalent could be part of a later drop if it exists. It's wrestled from the FBI. However, this also raises questions about whether she oversaw the initial release's impact for effect. Yeah, this is a good thing to run on, Johnson. Oh, this is an excellent thing to run on if you're a Republican. Now, if you're a Democrat, not so much. But if you're a Republican, this is a big thing to run on because, hey, people, it was big with your base. And it's all about that base. Number 4, public expectation versus reality. Yes, that's another thing. We have built this up. This list, we think it's just a treasure trove of names of everybody rich and famous that we do not like, or people that have been talking smack, people that are acting like they are better than us, or that they are more liberal, more loving, more caring, and then they go on the Epstein list getting services done or whatever performed. We expect everybody to come on. Let's just keep it one. Let's keep it real. We expect to see all these famous Hollywood celebrity names on this list. And if we don't get anything like that, we're going to be upset. And that is true. That is the expectation. It's there in our mind's eye. That's what we imagine. And if anything short of that, we will not be happy campers. It's becoming this list has become mythologized. The things of legend, a symbol of Epstein's network, amplified by conspiracy theories, in Trump's campaign promises to expose it. The reality, scattered in names across logs and testimonies, many already public, doesn't match the hype. That could also be true. Maybe he didn't keep everything like he thought he kept it. We imagine it's kept a certain way. Who knows? Okay, so that's some honest critique of why the list ran that stand. Make your own mind up on that. I tend to believe the list does exist. I don't believe it's just a list. I don't think, do you just have a list of everybody that ever came to your crib? No, you probably have scattered things all about of these people and have files on everyone. I believe you probably have files considering what was being done in this enterprise, in this coordinated cartel effort, this racketeering organization. Extortion, bribery, shakedown. So people on X and media reactions are widespread frustration. I understand that. Here goes the guy. His name is Tizzy Entertainment. Tizzy Entertainment put out a video on X. I want to play it because, hey, he's a progressive type of guy. I want to play his tape. I want to run it. It's no beef. I agree with some things he says, and I disagree with some other things he said. Pretty much like anybody else's stuff I run. No, that's not true. I agree with some of his stuff. Most people's stuff I play, I don't agree on much they say. But today I do agree with some of this. Here goes Tizzy Entertainment, guys. Go see him on X.
Not only will America get the full Epstein files, they will get.
Why is it taking files to be released? You're in jail. This monster
will get Martin Luther King.
This video is for Trump supporters, MAGA, whatever you want to call yourself. The ones who want the Epstein files released, because that's our common ground, you and I. That's where we agree. I want every single person that participated with this monster in doing the barbaric shit that he did. I want them all exposed and ruined for eternity. I want them to rot in jail cells. The difference between you and I maybe is the fact that you all think it's like Tom Hanks and Kathy Griffin, and I know that it isn't because those are fake made-up lists. It's a bunch of powerful rich people that maybe aren't household names but can do a lot behind the scenes, but I digress. You've been asking for those files to be released. You believed that when Donald Trump got in office, they were going to be released, and it's taking forever.
I got to stop him right there. He says, I know that it's not. That's kind of a bold statement. It's kind of a bold statement there, Tizzy. I mean, how do you know it's not? How do you know Tom Hanks isn't on the list? You know, he may be a 60-year-old white guy that's 65. How old is Tom Hanks? Tom Hanks is about 60, 65, I guess. He was once 35. You don't think he, 35 with a lot of money. He was rich a long time. A lot of people that got money do things. Why would you put it past anybody to go somewhere and have a good time on an island? I mean, shit, I'd go to an island if I was offered. I don't know if people knew before they got to the island what was going on. So let's just give them the caveat that some people didn't know what was going to go down so they went to the party. I used to go to parties and didn't know it was going to wreck out into a fight till I got there, till I was already there having a good time. That could happen. You could go somewhere and then something break out. You're like, oh shit, you're on the island. Anybody seen Blink Twice? Anybody seen Blink Twice? Great movie. I loved it. It was great setup. Point is this, Johnson. How does Tizzy know? How you know, bro? You privy to some information I don't know? Are you trying to make nice with the Hollywood types? This is what I got a problem with the progressives. Tizzy, they don't want to rock with you, dog. They're not, none of them. I know DL, he can retweet you and stuff, but them people, you can't trust them. Okay? I know there's some liberal, progressive type people that are in, that have shared your content, dude, but you ain't got to carry water. See, this is why, until you're like me, you still have hope, Tizzy. You still think you're going to do something. What you're doing right now is what you're going to do, bro. Just do the best you can at what you do. Why am I giving this guy advice? He's much more popular than me. He's got whites and blacks watching him. He ain't burnt the bridges with everybody. I got white people watching me too. What I'm saying is, I take umbrage with the idea that you know that people aren't on the list. I don't put it past nobody. Ty Bridges, everybody everybody from Ty Bridges to Nancy Pelosi's husband to Nancy Pelosi, I don't know. Anybody could be on the list. Obama could be on that list. You had no idea. People do stuff. And to say it's just a bunch of no-name people, yeah, I believe there are some no-name people, but I know if I had an island, I'd bring some hot shots. I bring some people just so I can't. I bring people that were important. I bring my Alec Baldwins, my Leonardo DiCaprios. I bring my Kevin Harts if I could. I mean, I'm just saying, Kevin. I mean, it's true. I mean, I try, and I bring people to my island. I tell 50 to come through. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, Kendrick, you want to go to the island? Anybody? People that I admire, people that I respect, and might be they may be just lure to bring other people to the island. You got to bring showstoppers to the island. Brings all the whip all the dogs to the yard, and they think it's better than yours. Kelly's, Kelly's. Nas, you gotta bring. Let's keep going.
So long. Pam Bondi tonight finally releases some. And what does she release? Basically nothing. Justice Department released a new batch of Jeffrey Epstein files after Attorney General Pam Bondi said she was reviewing classified documents in the case, but it's not the client list. It's some stuff we haven't seen, but it doesn't amount to much, and it's not a client list. But this isn't really what I'm making this video about. This is upsetting, and it should be. You should be pissed off that they're holding this back, and you should be asking questions why.
Were you upset when they were pissed when they were holding this back for the last 4 years? They didn't just get the list, Tizzy. Jesus Christ. This is the problem I have. I got Democrats who never want to keep it real, man. Tizzy, we know you did not vote for Jill Stein. I'm guessing, right? I know it doesn't matter who you voted for, man. If your politics sides with the Democratic Party, which is most people who are in the media space, most people who are not MAGA type. I'm making assumptions here, and forgive me if I'm wrong, Tizzy, because you could be the most independent person on the internet. You could be as independent as me, and I am independent. But if you're not upset with Biden for sitting on this for 4 years, when did Epstein leave us? It's been about 4 years. Biden could have at any time, well, not any time, I'm sure there's procedures, but why wasn't Biden talking about releasing these names? And why weren't Democrats complaining about it? Somebody produced a video of Tizzy about to go on a little rant. Why wasn't he upset when Biden wasn't releasing nothing? And everything that's been released so far by Pam Bondi is more than Biden ever did. I'm not saying it's enough. I'm saying they fell short. There better be more coming. This is bullshit. I say that. I didn't vote for Pam Bondi, neither did you. It's not up to me for her to be the Attorney General. Here's the thing. It's hypocritical when you are upset, but one side didn't go to the Super Bowl when your team ain't even suit up. Your team didn't get on the field to play play scrimmage. Okay, so let's keep it real. That's how this looks. I could be wrong about you particularly. So let's take it off Tizzy. Let's put it on anyone who's doing a clap at Trump and Bondi for not putting out more. Where was all the smoke for the last guy? And Trump been in office a month and a half. And he's already produced more on this than any other president. I digress. Let's keep going.
No, I'm making this video about this. The House Judiciary GOP page on Twitter, because tonight they made a post that said, breaking, Epstein files released, including a link. And I want to walk you through what clicking that link shows us. Here we go. Everybody ready? We're going to click that link. Nope. There's a link right there. Click on it. So it redirects you to the link. And what is it? Because that screenshot, just as that was posted, I went, this is fake. This didn't really happen. Someone made this up. I'm not going to fall for it. So I went to their page myself. It's real. I took this screenshot myself, including the community note, letting people know it's not the Epstein files. It's Rick Astley. The Judiciary GOP page, run by Jim Jordan, thought America wants to know who helped this monster prey on children for so fucking long.
Yeah, America wants to know. Why didn't America want to know like 2 weeks ago or a couple months ago? Just saying, did America want to know 2 months ago? Did they want to know 6 months ago? I'm just asking because I remember seeing these videos when it was Biden's asses. You could have held to the counter, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, look, Trump, he's got to do it. It's on him. He ran on it, okay? But just because somebody runs on it doesn't mean it wasn't an issue. Doesn't mean you shouldn't have held Biden accountable. In fact, if you care about women, like they say you do, you want to vote for Biden, it's kind of like, yo, what a disrespect to women that he didn't. Kamala never talked about the Epstein list. I don't even think she could say the word Epstein. Did she ever even say the word Epstein? She was running on the women ticket. Like, I'm woman, protect women's body. She tried that till it didn't work. She was trying that for a minute, okay? With sprinkles of I'm black, but mostly I'm a woman. That's all she had, okay? It's a horrible campaign. Almost no one voted for her. I think her own, I don't even think her husband voted for her. I think honestly he was like, I can't do it. But, so there was no mention of Epstein list. And this is why it gets performative and downright disgusting, because this is so obvious, man. Look, you are what you eat.
You know what we should do while they're all anticipating and really wanting to know? Let's play a prank. Let's make a joke out of children being victimized. Do you find this fucking funny? Because I'm not fucking laughing.
Oh, he's getting amplified. Tizzy going in, man. Tizzy, all I'm saying is I understand you upset. And you take really big offense. You are super offended by this. You insulted, they're insulting our intelligence. They think this is funny. And the subject matter is very much disgusting and it's effed up. And you know what? It's happening every day right now around you. It's happening right now. People are being trafficked right now. What about all the children trafficked at the border? Have you done a story about that? I'm just asking, because you seem very animated about these people that were victimized 10 years ago, 15 years ago at the Epstein Island. What about the children that were victimized just recently under Joe Biden's open border, those young children that were unaccounted for? And we assume that some of those, a large portion of those people, those children may have been trafficked. I don't see Democrats with any anger for that. You know what I'm saying? And look, I don't want to put it all on Tizzy. Tizzy's probably a good guy. I don't want no smoke. I'm just a truth teller, telling it raw, keeping it raw, keeping truth raw here for the American people. The American people deserve raw honesty, raw truth, and I'm trying to give it to them. But if you don't have the same, if you can't shoot your shot at the party that kept it going, I mean, Biden, you got current victims. There are current victims right now. People that were victimized because Biden did not give a damn, in my opinion. And I don't see the sense of urgency. That's all I'm pointing out. Where's the sense of urgency? Where's the concern? Where's the animus? Where's the, frustration? Where's the heat? See, guys, this is what I'm talking about. There is no heat. But let's keep going. He's going to end it off. I think he's going to go off at the very end, even more. Get him, Tizzy.
This is not funny. This is one of many, many disgusting fucking steps by the GOP. But this is, if you aren't outraged by this, if you supported them and you don't find this absolutely disgusting and you are not outraged, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you.
Would you declassify the 9/11?
Yo, Tizzy, you didn't support him, I understand, you're right, they should be upset. People are upset, but you're doing this because of political gain, I feel like, and that's what bothers me, man. Man, when I go at Democrats, I'm not doing it for political gain. I'm doing it to inform my people not to F with the Democrats. I want you to realize that you have been lied to by corporate media that wants you to stay in this burning house. And I'm trying to tell you the only way out, I legitimately see only one way out, and that is out of this house. We'll figure the rest out once we get out. First, let's get to safety, away from the Democratic Party, and then we can regroup and decide, do we want to try to build a new party? Do we want to go with an existing other party? What do we want to do? What are our priorities as a people? Black people need to delineate from the bullshit. We need to separate ourselves politically from the Democratic Party. We need not to be in anybody's pocket. How are you going to be in somebody's pocket and they ain't even paying your bills? So I'm very upfront about my motives, man. I'm not saying I'm so pristine. You know what I'm saying? I go at the Democrats. You know, if I could build this network up and have more people, that I have more people that did other things. One person can't do it all. You look like Stephen A. Smith, who should be jumping back and forth, trying to keep both sides happy. Like, I can't do that. That's what it looks like. You know how people see Stephen? Y'all see Stephen A. Smith? 1 minute he came in for the Democrats. Next minute he roasting the Democrats. Next minute he's giving Trump his props. Next minute he's shitting on Trump. Like, he don't know where he's all over the map because he's responding to like all the ways he needs to be in order to keep his butt cheeks from being impaled by corporate media. Like, he's got to deal with that, and then without being embraced as a guy who overlooks all issues that impact Black people. I get it. But that's how you're going to look. You're going to look like a hypocrite and wishy-washy and some more stuff. Back to this, Tizzy. There are people being trafficked. It bothers me, man. It really does. This bothers me, man. I didn't see the same type of fire under the administration before this one. And it wasn't that long ago. I still had time to call this out. You know, a year from now, I won't be able to say this because it'll be like, oh, Trump been president for a year. Why are you talking about Biden? No, I'm saying last month, I'm saying 2 months ago, there was another guy in that office and he had been there for 4 years. He'd also been vice president for 8 years. He'd been in the White House for 12 years. Where was y'all talking about this shit? Why was y'all talking about this under Biden? Kamala had been in D.C. for 4 years, Biden for 12, Obama for 8. Why are these questions to Obama and his crew? Where is the scathing, eviscerating, soul-crushing, head-busting concussion to the Democrats for their lackadaisical, benign neglect of women, their pathetic, lackluster performance in this area of protecting our babies, man? Where is that? Where's the lack of empathy and just decency and caring for our most vulnerable people? And that would be our children, the children from other countries who are not even, and that's just the border, but also, okay, Black women in this country who have been an ongoing epidemic of Black women coming out missing. Once again, it's like every few hours, a woman's missing. A Black woman's gone missing. A new Black woman has just been disappeared since I've been doing this show tonight. And I didn't hear a mumbling fucking word from liberal TikTok. And I know I'm missing somebody because there's no way I watch everybody, but the algorithm is so lame on you guys. Look, if you were doing the work, that shit never bubbled up, son. You could have been doing the work. So I want to put out a caveat for anybody who's been on this shit, who's been talking about it. I want to give you the respect of saying, I just didn't see you. I would shout you out now if I knew you existed. But you got to admit, if you've been doing this work, why doesn't somebody whose whole life is the internet, is this, why I never knew about you? And we know that what that is, right? Their answer is the algorithm. You never got enough push. It has not been a need. There's not been a desire, a hankering for what you're talking about to make any platform that you're on push you to the top. Because ain't nobody searching for it. Because America really don't give a damn. They only care because of the celebrities that are involved. Just like we don't care about people shot by cops. We don't care about people going home hungry. You know, we don't care about the poverty rate. None of these things matter. If they mattered, they'd be fixed. Because we'd be on it so hard. And if they wouldn't be fixed, they'd be common knowledge. Half of America went back to sleep about the insurance companies denying people coverage. And that just happened 2 seconds ago. Anyway, I'm going to keep it going, guys. Give it up for that segment. Hit the like button. Let people know Tim Black Show is putting in work.